I am the Associate Director of Bridge Meadows. We build communities, housing communities, affordable housing communities, to specifically support families impacted by foster care, as well as older adults who oftentimes act as mentors, supports to the community and to each other. We opened our first site in 2011 in North Portland. Our second site opened in Beaverton in 2017, and our third site opened in Redmond, Oregon, in 2021. And so the goal of the model really is that the community is the form of intervention. Each site has a staff person that their goal really is to help the community build relationships with one another. We see that the community, many of us are therapists and counselors, and we've done a lot of support with folks around professional services, but we recognize that people need a social network to support them. And so our goal is, how do you build that social network that's your neighbor and that's your chosen family? So most of our staff have a background in counseling, because we're trying to help people build relationships. We're helping families deal with the trauma of child abuse. And many of the families that come to us are either relatives, i.e. grandmothers who are raising their grandkids, or they are youth who are now parenting and have experienced foster care. The most recent pilot we did in Redmond, Oregon, is what we found was that families who were actually ready to reunify with their children, and they've been court approved, DHS has approved them, they had no housing. And so in Redmond, we partnered with 3 other organizations to ensure that there could be supports there. So we actually have families in Redmond who are reunified. I'll share a story because I feel like that can best illustrate why affordable housing works, and why we think our model in particular is really transformative. We have a Senate bill out to access funds so that we can build more communities, and we need a testimony. And one of the parents from our community provided the testimony. And she basically said that she's now adopted her nieces or cousins, I can't remember, which represented the 3rd generation of families that have been in foster care. And having living in Bridge Meadows in particular, having affordable housing was the opportunity for her to change the trajectory of her life and her cousins' lives. So what we've seen is that when people are able to have safe, affordable housing, they can transform where they go and what they do. So we've had family members, parents be able to afford to buy a house. We had 2 parents within 1 year were able to buy a house because they saved enough money because of where they lived. So it's needed, it works, and we need more. We've learned that it was really important to be explicit about what intentionality looks like and how your community is operating. We realized we were trying to identify who we were, explain to people who were applying, applicants, residents, to our team, to the board, what were the things that were important. And we realized we had it in our head, but it wasn't written down anywhere. So part of, I think, for us in being intentional about the work that we do is we developed a theory of change as well as culture pillars. And we spent a year on this project. What were the things that were most important to us, both at a community level, staff level, and board level? And where we landed were 4 pillars: belonging, purpose, warmth, and interdependence. And so for us, that drives everything that we do. We then said, okay, well, if these are important, what does it look like and what gets in the way of that?